Another Friday, another video. Chris Mystery Cleaning with the file course once again. And I wanted to talk a little bit in this video about not allowing the opinions of others to guide your choices. I've had a really interesting conversation this past week with a young lad from Scotland who is 20 years old. He's built himself up a window cleaning round 3 days a week. His round is very compact. He's clearly very good at selling. Fair play to him. But he is without a driver's license, and he's pulling his equipment behind him on a cart. I mean, guys, there's wanting it, and then there's that. I mean, the guy's clearly driven, is one to watch for certain. If he can keep his mentality going, if he can keep that mindset of keep pushing, etc. going, there's no reason why this guy can't make a real success of it, even more so than he already has. People have this view on social media that success is a straight line, and that there is an end point at which point you sort of say to yourself, well, I'm successful. Success is like an end state. It's almost like people view it through the prism of a movie. There's a start, there's a middle, and there's a happy ending, sort of thing. And the happy ending is usually the success bit. The reality is completely different. Yeah, there is no happy ever after. There is only ongoing graft and ongoing work, etc. And that's cool. We accept that as business owners. But social media has got people thinking about an end state. When I get to this number, I'll be happy. When I earn this much money, I'll be happy. When I've got this many customers, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? And it becomes a never-ending chase. You're chasing happiness. And social media is also guilty of painting anything other than that view of success being a straight line. Anything other than moving forward is failure. And I just wanted to give this little video, talk a little bit about how that is absolutely not a failure. Okay, so this young lad is he's pulling the stuff behind him in a cart. He really wants to push on. The issue for this guy is he doesn't have a van or a vehicle or access to one. Okay, so his willingness to sort of go to the next level is it a speed bump. So by no means a deal breaker. The guy wants a van. The guy, understands that insuring a van at his age it's not impossible, but by God, it's like really prohibitive cost, isn't it? You know what I mean? The guy will probably be paying about £400 or £500 a month in insurance money alone. That's before he's got equipment. That's before he's got the actual van. That's before he's paid his road tax and all that sort of good stuff. And I believe in Scotland you also have to pay for a window cleaning license, which I think is fucking disgraceful, quite frankly. But that is for another video. Back to this young lad. He understands that really going out getting a vehicle for him is not necessarily on the cards for him at that age. Okay, and so we had a bit of a chat for a good hour about what his options might be. And we discussed the idea of going and getting a job 2 days a week, potentially in another person's window cleaning business, to gather his experience, to learn lessons, to see what works, what doesn't, and to use that money and put it to one side in a savings account and forget about it for a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, however long it takes. At the end of that process, being 2, 3, 4 years older, his insurance premiums will not be as expensive, touch wood, okay? And he arguably will be in a better position to take himself forward. There's only one problem, is that because he is 20, and because he is so young, I think, and this is only my opinion, I think he is a bit concerned about the idea of getting another job, because no one starts a business to go and work for someone else, do they? You know what I mean? And social media again has got the people thinking that, oh right, well if I don't see this through to its end, and if I go and get a job, that's an admission of failure. And I don't see it that way at all. I see that as you doing what is absolutely necessary for you to succeed in the long run, because it's not a sprint. You know, it's a long, steady slog. It's not a sprint. Yeah, you taking your foot off the gas, slowing things down a little bit, getting perspective, taking a step out of the bullshit. Okay, getting a job, and other people will go, look at this guy's getting a job. Oh, I want to be a business owner, I'm going to go get a job with someone else. And they're worried about that ridicule. To these people, I say, fuck them. Okay, the reality is that you are doing what you need to do in the long term to ensure your success. You're living your life for you, not them. Okay, these people who will, you know, have you, who you gift so much sway in your life to, are completely and utterly irrelevant. They are not going to live their life for you. They are not going to come after you, come in and save you. They are not going to offer their assistance. You know, sympathy is somewhere between shit and syphilis in the dictionary. You're not going to get any of it, so I won't even bother asking for any. You just got to live your life for you. People forget patience, and they forget that, you know, Christ Almighty, I was 34 when I said this to this young lad in the phone call, I was 34 when I started my business. You know, you have time. It's not something you have to achieve. I'm 20 years old, I must do it now. You know what I mean? It's not as straightforward as that. So take the pressure off yourself. You know, go and learn the lessons, go and get the experience, go and earn the money. You know, do what you can with what you can for as long as you can to ensure your long-term success. Live your life for you and not others. And this is where the key to your success is going to be. You know, I might sound like I'm razzing on this young guy, for this 20-year-old, for ultimately putting too much stock in the opinion of others. The reality is the motorways are full of people driving cars they can't afford to go and impress people they don't even fucking like. Yeah? So this is by no means a dig at this young lad in particular, or any 20-year-old wanting to start a business. This is just sort of, you know, you have to manage your expectations and not give a shit what other people think. If you can do those two things, you're gonna, you know, you've got a chance. You know, you're giving yourself a chance. So if you cannot move forward and be governed by the opinion of others, it doesn't work. It won't work. You cannot move forward while other people are pulling you back. But they're only pulling you back because you let them, because you're worried about the opinion. Their opinion is irrelevant. If you can get yourself to the point where you don't care what other people think, it is, trust me on this, completely liberating. There is not a single solitary human being on this planet whose opinion matters to me other than my wife and my children. That is it. If you are not inside those four walls that I pay for, yeah, your opinion is of zero consequence to me. I could give a fuck. You know? And all I would say is if you stand behind your own belief, have belief in yourself, but ground yourself in reality by all means, right? And obviously, you know, if you wish for long-term success, then you have to plan for long-term success and all that good stuff. But just don't let other people pull you back. And if you decide, actually, I do need to go and get a job, don't see that as failure. See that as a speed bump. See that as a learning exercise. Yeah? Don't allow yourself to think you failed because other people think you failed. You know, another mate of mine in the Midlands I had a conversation with, had to go and get a job in In fact, it was Kay from H&K Jet Washing. Cracking bloke, by the way. It's a good channel. Honestly, strongly suggest you guys watch his content. The guy is ultimately one of the most authentic human beings you will ever have the pleasure of talking to. Okay, this guy has ultimately filmed himself, you know, in quiet patches, because his business is jet washing, and he has hit a quiet patch in sort of December, January. Obviously, people don't generally get jet washing done in those periods, and he's gone back working on the building sites temporarily, labouring, just to earn him a few bob to get him, to get him through. And there's people giving him shit on social media. There's people saying, "Oh, business owner, are you?" Poking fun at him as if it's a big thing. And I said to him, I says, you have to and I actually said to Kay in a phone call to him yesterday, you have to understand, mate, that there are millions of people all over the country, right? And every single one of them would slit someone's throat to have what you have, to have a business, to have the freedom to do what you want to fucking do, and have the platform to build on. Yeah, there people would do anything to have what you have. It's not something to belittle. So don't allow these trolls on social media who are saying you're a disgrace to the industry to drag you down. They're a bunch of lizards. I wouldn't even tell them where to get off. I'd just be like, all right, mate, you have a good day. Leave the gutter trash where they belong. Don't allow lesser mortals to dictate how you live your life. If they want to waste their life looking at other people, that's cool. Concentrate on yourself. Look at you and nobody else. Okay, only you are the best judge of your achievement and your character. Fuck everybody else and just move forward. Anyway, the sermon is over. Okay, I'm gonna have a good weekend. I suggest you guys do the same. As you can see, it is dark outside, so yeah, I'm gonna, whilst I have myself a good weekend this weekend, I've got the works Christmas do, if you like, in New Year. Busy anyway, so I'm taking the guys out for a well-earned sort of meal. Keep on keeping on, guys. You might think this is a long slog now, but you'll look back at this and just see it as a learning, see it for what it is. It's a learning curve. Anyway, keep on keeping on, boys and girls. Have a cracking weekend. Shall see you in the next video.